the number one confidence killer. I played 4 years of high school basketball, and during that time frame, I was a very hard worker. 6 or 7 days a week, I was dribbling and working my layups and working out and watching film, and I was doing everything I needed to do from a physical standpoint to be a confident basketball player. I was taking 1,000 shots up every week. I was putting my reps in, putting my hours in. However, I still was not confident. Nonetheless, because of all the work I was putting in, I was always one of the best shooters on my teams. For example, we did a drill, it was 11 shots in 11 different spots, and I was the only one on my team who ever went 11 for 11. So I was a great shooter, and I did put a ton of work in. However, I still was not confident. So why was this the case? Kobe Bryant said once in an interview that confidence comes from preparation, and I believe this is true. For example, if you study for an exam, you have more confidence to get a good grade in that exam than if you didn't prepare and study. However, confidence doesn't just come from our physical preparation, like studying for an exam or working out if you're an athlete, but it also comes from a mental preparation, and it comes from being mentally strong, which I believe is the number one confidence killer. It's a lack of mental strength. For example, if you don't have the mental strength to have positive self-talk and you constantly have negative self-talk, then no matter how much you study for an exam, you won't have confidence to take it. That doesn't necessarily mean you get a bad grade, but you just won't have confidence because of your lack of mental strength. And that's what happened with me with basketball. I had enough physical preparation to be confident, but because I lacked the mental preparation and the mental strength, I was not a confident basketball player. This lack of mental strength showed up for me in a few different ways. One way was in my pride and my self-centeredness. Not pride in the sense I was arrogant or self-centered in the sense I was selfish, but I simply cared too much about what other people would think about me. What if I take the shot? What if I miss it? Or what if I made this play and I turned it over? Would coach sub me out? Just being so focused on outside circumstances and not controlling just what I could control. Not having the mental strength to shut that off and to focus on the task at hand. Another reason I believe I wasn't as confident as I should have been was because of my negative self-talk. One thing I love about basketball is that I can, the things I learned from basketball, I can apply to other areas of my life. So being mentally strong, that's give me confidence in basketball, but it also gives me confidence in all areas of my life, and vice versa. So I had negative self-talk, which messed up my confidence in basketball, but it also messed up my confidence in life. For example, let me give you a personal example. Up until 3 months ago, I would never ever talk to any girls my age. And that was because of my negative self-talk. I wasn't mentally strong enough to cut off my negative self-talk so I can be confident. For example, I'll be like, man, I'm ugly, or she doesn't want to talk to me, or why would she want to talk? Just negative self-talk. And because of that, I was not confident to do the thing that I wanted to do. And that's the same way with basketball. Whereas because the work, the preparation I was putting in physically, I should be very confident. Because of my negative self-talk, because of my pride and my self-centeredness and caring what other people thought about me, just not being mentally strong enough, I was not as confident as I should have been. Let me demonstrate this further by giving you an example that we all should know, and it's David and Goliath. Goliath, he was a Philistine. He was about 9 foot 9 feet tall. And for reference, that's 2.5 feet taller than Shaquille O'Neal. So this guy was huge and he was strong and he was a Philistine. The Philistines went up against the Israelites for battle. Now, usually, as you all know, it'll be army against army, and the best army wins. However, because Goliath was so big and strong, he wanted to do it 1v1. It was him versus the best Israelite man. And if the Israelite man killed Goliath, the Philistines would be Israel slaves. But if Goliath killed the Israelite, then the Israelites would be the Philistine slaves. So it says in 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 11, when Saul and all Israel heard these words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. As in, these people who had all the physical preparation needed to have the confidence to face Goliath, because they were training in battle, they were part of the army, they should have had confidence to face whoever they went up against. They weren't mentally strong enough to have confidence to defeat Goliath. However, David, a shepherd boy, when the Philistines were up against Israel, he was tending his flock, tending his sheep. But his father Jesse said, hey, go check on your brothers who were at the war. And so David went up to see, and he hears about what Goliath's doing. He hears about his challenge, and he hears about the reward for killing Goliath, which was you not have taxes, not have to pay taxes, and you get the king's daughter for your wife. So he heard about this, and he checked this with 2 or 3 witnesses, people. He's like, yo, is this true? And then the king heard about this. So the king sent for David, King Saul, and he's like, oh, what's going on, David? David's like, yo, I want to go up against Goliath. And King Saul was like, you can't do that. You're just a youth. But David said in verse 34, but David said to Saul, your servant used to keep his father's sheep, and when a lion or bear came and took a lamb out of the flock, I went out after it and struck it, and delivered the lamb from its mouth. And when it arose against me, I caught it by his beard and struck it and killed it. Your servant has killed both lion and bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, seeing he has defied the armies of the living God. So David had physical preparation, just like all the people of Saul's army did, all the Israelites did who were in the army. They all had physical preparation to be able to beat Goliath. So why is David, who is a shepherd, not part of the army, why does he have so much confidence? It says in verse 34, moreover, David said, the Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear, he will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine. The reason why David had so much confidence was because his confidence was not in himself, but in God. And that made him mentally strong. For me, I believe one reason why I was not mentally strong was because my identity was in basketball. I wanted to be known as a great basketball player, so I was afraid to mess up. Because if I mess up, what if I'm not known as a great basketball player to other people? I place some of my value, some of my worth, and how good I play basketball. And because of that, I lack the confidence to make mistakes. I lack the confidence to do things that might be risky because I might mess up. I didn't have the mental strength to not have my confidence in that. But now, because my confidence is in God and what He says about me, I don't have to any longer care what other people think about me as a basketball player. It helps me be more mentally strong and give me confidence. I also don't have to have negative self-talk and don't have to listen to my negative self-talk because I know what God says about me, and that helps me to be mentally strong and helps me to be confident, just like David. So when I go up against Goliaths in basketball, I can have confidence because my confidence is in God. When I go up against Goliaths in my life, I can have confidence because my confidence is in God, which helps me to be mentally strong. And so having your confidence in God will help you be mentally strong. And because you're mentally strong, you have confidence. But this doesn't mean don't put in physical preparation. Physical preparation is very important. If you just have mental preparation, if you're just mentally strong, you'll be confident, but you won't win. But if you're physically prepared and mentally strong, you have confidence and you will be good enough to win. And if you do that, you will succeed. Thanks for watching this video. I do want to say this. I recorded this video 200 to 300 times. I was just trying to work on it, and a lot of frustration, a lot of misrecordings and stuff, and a lot of mess ups. Which this video wasn't perfect in my speech either, but I know I'm getting better, continue to grow, trying to add some edits to this video as well. So just continue learning. And I know that when you first start something off, there's gonna be problems, there's gonna be disorder that comes. But after the disorder that comes, which people normally give up when the disorder comes, like, oh, this is too hard, I'm not gonna stick with this. But if you push through, you pass through it, there will be a breakthrough on the other side. I remember Inky Johnson said, I love what he said. He's like, hey, commitment is staying true to what you said you do long after the mood you have set it in has left. So, I said, hey, I'm gonna do a YouTube video, and God willing, I want to post every single Friday. So I know the disorder is gonna come and the problem is gonna come where I might have to record a 8-minute video 200 to 300 times, but it will be recorded and it will get done because I'm committed to this. So you gotta be committed to what you're trying to do so that when a problem comes, when disorder comes, you can get through the disorder so you can get on to a breakthrough. So not the same breakthrough will happen. It might continue to be hard, but one thing I know is I'm getting better. I'm getting better continually as I continue to do this. Getting better at my editing, getting better at my talking, getting better at my speech, and becoming more confident because I have more physical preparation. I can look back to the past. I'm like, okay, I learned from that, I got better from that, and now I'm also mentally strong. So eventually I know there will be a day I'm good at this. It may be 10 years from now, but if I post a video every week for the next 10 years, that's 5,000 videos. How can I be bad after 5,000 videos? So my point is just like, stick with whatever you're doing. Stay committed, push past the pain and the problems and the disorder, and eventually, likely, it will be a breakthrough. But I thank you for watching. If you have any video suggestions, leave them in the comments below, and please share this video if you want, subscribe, like, and God willing, I'll be with you next Friday for a video. Thank you.